Hi guys, so here we have WHO spreadsheet, and we're going to use that spreadsheet. It's more like a database of diseases that are causing major death in many countries. So the data is broken down by cause, by country, by disease type. So we have that assignment which we have to answer the questions, follow along what the assignment requires, and then we can find out what's going on. So we know that we need to download the Excel sheet for major causes of deaths for WHO member countries. So there is the Excel worksheet. We've already downloaded it. We're going to make use of it. Okay, so it is there's different sheets. You can see the dots there. The dots show us that there's still more stuff. You can click those dots again, and you can see that it's coming back. More dots to the left and dots to the right. Once you reach the end, there are no more dots, right? Once you now look on the left, the dots are now there, because now we can click the dots and go back there. Once you reach the end, there is no more dots. There's an arrow to tell you to go the other side. So that is how you look at your thing. So they said choose the sheet dailies or ages. I don't think there's a sheet written dailies or ages. Is there? Let's check. Excel sheet. You see there is notes first, death or ages. So that is a typing error there. So we need to fix that. Deaths, yes, or ages. Okay, so now at least that one I know we can find it. There you go, death or ages. That is the sheet. So it shows you all ages for all the countries which are members of WHO. Not all the countries in the world. There are some countries which are not members of WHO. Now locate your country from row 7. So we're going to locate our country. Our row 7 is that one, and then we look for our country. We use the slider there at the bottom. We slide it all the way to the right, look for N, and then slow down when we reach N. I think we're at N. There is Namibia, so we click on Namibia. Now to make our life easier, we need to find a way to highlight that, to make it colorful. So most of the time they will be locked. So let's move your country closer to the all causes column on the left by moving the slider at the bottom of the spreadsheet, or right click on the link below to see what. Okay, so we want to, you can see that all the columns from A to G, they are not moving as you move your slider. You see it's only H, all the from H that are moving. So we need to bring our country closer to that, to this column, which is all diseases, just next to G. That's where our column for Namibia should come. So these are all causes, as you can see, all causes. Move you closer to all causes. That's where all causes column is. All right, as you can see, we look for num. Because we didn't highlight, we're going to be having to look for it all the time, and it will be difficult to find. So it's better to highlight, and once you highlight, it becomes easy to locate. So you go to review, you unlock or unprotect. There's no password, which is good. You click on it. We look for home. We look for inserting a color, theme color. We put any color you want. You decide. I decide to go with green. So now you can see it's easier to identify Namibia, because even when you move away, you are just looking for a green. Then you see the column for Namibia is right next to the all causes column. Now we are good to go. We can now move on to the next step. The next step says read off the disease occurrence against a chosen disease. Repeat for 4 other major diseases in your country, and then repeat the procedure for 3 more developing countries and 3 more developed countries. Alright, so at the first thing, as you can see, our instruction says draw a table for each disease with a column with column headings, country and disease occurrence. So we need a table. I have chosen HIV and AIDS, cancer, tuberculosis, but I'm still having doubts with those, so we might change the diseases later. Let's see if we can draw the table, and then afterwards we can worry about the diseases to put in. But remember that a disease will be having like a disease for one disease, then you have the countries and then the occurrence. That's how we're going to go about it. All right. So as you can see, when I did it first time, I made a mistake. I had diseases and then I have countries. The instruction says have a table where you just have one disease, and then for that disease you have a table for it with the country and the disease occurrence. So that's how it has to be. It has to be for each disease there must be a table. Me, I put diseases in all the diseases in a table and then countries. I don't even know what the heck I was trying to do, but anyway, the best way is to work in Excel. So you come and add sheet in Excel so that the Excel can do calculations for us. You rename the sheet. Let's rename it to assignment, since it's an assignment. Remember, it's a database that you got for WHO, so it's always nice to keep it. We can remove it later, this sheet, but let's keep it in there so that it's easy to do our calculations. And then we copy the table from there, or you can just type it from the start in here, because you can see it was wrong. We want country and disease, so now we need to put the countries here, not diseases. So we put all the countries. I chose Namibia, I chose Botswana. Botswana I chose it because almost similar population size is Namibia. And then I chose the other 2, of course they are our neighbors, Zambia and Angola, because they have these large populations. So I want us to see also how it looks when it comes to bigger populations. How do we compare? So you can see we start with HIV and AIDS. That will be the table for HIV and AIDS. So let me make it big so that everyone can see. Don't worry about the figures. We'll remove those. Those ones are just errors. Yeah, yellow looks nice. Don't worry about the figures. There we can make it nice and bold. Make it even like a gray. Okay, gray looks nice. And then we need to remove those because they don't belong there. Okay, so let's start with tuberculosis. We can go either by looking at Angola tuberculosis. We copy, we go in our assignment, we come there and click on Angola and paste. Don't mind the yellow sticker saying HIV and AIDS. We're going to correct that because you can see clearly we are reading off. We can go to 3 decimal places, I don't know, but the data is being reported at 1 decimal place. So I think it was not a smart decision to be doing 3 decimal places like I was doing at first. But anyway, I'm a statistics guy. I always like a lot of decimal places. Or instead of doing what we just did now, where you have to copy and paste, we can do the easiest way. You go to the country, you press equals, then you go and look for the value. That's much better. It's you get the accurate exact answer. So you can see we're reading off the line for tuberculosis. So tuberculosis, once you press equal, you press enter. You see, you press equal, you come and click on the number, and then you just press enter, and then it will just bring that value nicely there for you, which is the best. Same to Namibia, you press equal, you go, you look for Namibia, at least it's highlighted right there next to where there's tuberculosis. You click, you press enter. You do the same for Zambia, equal, look for Zambia right at the end, then you start pressing the arrow after the slider gets there. Press the arrow, and then Zambia is right next to our column, and then same for Angola, we do the same. We need to copy those. I'm going to change to tuberculosis, don't worry. I know. I will not forget. It's not supposed to be for HIV and AIDS. Okay, so now I won't realize that we were doing HIV, we were doing tuberculosis. So now I will delete that table for HIV and AIDS that I copied. I remove that, and then I fix that to tuberculosis, because that's what we entered, we copied first. You saw us copying tuberculosis. Now we do HIV and AIDS. So we start, we look for the HIV and AIDS, there it is. That's Namibia. So we come to Namibia and say equals, and go to the sheet, and then you click on HIV AIDS for Namibia, and then press enter. Go to Botswana. Always nice to start from our country. Go to Botswana. That alphabetical order nonsense must go away. Start from our country. We go to HIV and AIDS, click, enter. Zambia equals, look for Zambia all the way. Use the arrow to put Zambia next to the, and then look nicely there, equals. Angola, same, equals. There, once you select the thing, you press enter, not equals, enter. Enter Angola, you click on the amount, and then you press enter. Then all the numbers are brought here. So now we need to copy, because if you try to paste, it already forgot. You see, you have to copy. We need 3 more diseases. We go back to Namibia. We look for, in Namibia, where are the numbers? So I can see that others, you can see that they are zeros. So we have to look where they are numbers, but that's the only way we know. Because obviously, the more the numbers, it means that thing is causing death. If they are 0, then it means it's not causing death. So we try to paste it, but it changed our color, so we paste only the values. Look just for values. So once you put values, then our color remains. Now we have diarrheal disease, something like that. We delete that, because remember we copied it from the HIV part. Press delete. We start with Namibia equals. We go to our data, we look for diarrheal disease, you click on it, press enter. Botswana equals. Look, we went to Botswana before pressing equals, which is bullshit. You see, even now when you press here, nothing happens. You see, when you press enter, it will come down. Enter, it comes down. So you first have to go back and press equals, and then come back and click on it. When you press enter, it brings the number. Yes. So don't go press before you say equals there. Look for Zambia. Once you reach there, the slider, you move. We're good to go. We do the same. So I think here now I'm just gonna speed up the video so that we can do the same thing for the other diseases. Let's speed up the video. Okay, so as the video speeds up, we'll look for diseases where there is like a number, because you can see for Namibia most of the things have 0, 0, 0. So we want to find where there is a number. I'm fighting with flies. I'm gonna spray them. Okay. So I think there was a time when I was thinking of malaria. Malaria, yes, I need to put malaria. So change that. Make it malaria. We highlight those. We delete. We start with Namibia equal to. We go there. Botswana. Same. Zambia. Same. Angola equal, and then go look for Angola's malaria valley. Enter. Then we copy that table. We paste it there. We change the name. We delete there. We look for another disease. We first go back to Namibia and look for where there are some meaningful numbers for Namibia. Okay, I think something to do with kids. There is a lot of childbirth, preterm deaths of kids, small babies. Yes, so we start with that one. We get there. We do the same for Botswana. We do the same for Zambia. And lastly, Angola. Then that one is done. Okay, next we know that our assignment says read three developed countries. So we need to insert some cells so that we can be able. I actually forgot that we need space for developed countries. Yay! So like there you insert. When the arrow turns black, you insert. So you can go like that, or just copy all the cells 3 and then go and insert them, because it will take long. Just insert. If you try to go and paste, this is what happens. It will eat your cells, so you can't paste it. You have to come and click where there's space and then insert. Not really that insert. You have to come down where the insert thing is and then right click, and it says insert copied cells. So you can see it gave you 3 without overwriting your existing data. Once you inserted the copied cells, it can't allow you to insert copied cells, so you have to copy them again and then go with the space, insert copied cells, go copy the cells again, 3. Alright, insert copied cells, because I forgot that we needed other countries. Alright, but anyway, that process was very fast. It's done. So now we have to choose which countries. So alphabetically developed, obviously Australia is a developed country. So we start with Australia there. That's obvious. Next, we look for developing countries. Some of these names I don't know. I don't want to take chances. Maybe. But we want those developing countries that are undeniable. You don't have to guess, like, is it a developing or not? So, for instance, Brazil, I don't even know. Okay, yes, Canada. Canada is definitely a developed country. So, we look for a different color. Let's look for, something like that. Nice. So, we also need to put Australia, that color, so that it's easy when we start doing our things. And of course, China China is a developed country. So we put China, and I like China because China has got a big population. So I want to see how China compares with, imagine all these other countries, Canada, they are under, maybe they are under 20 million even, or even 30 million maybe, if it's a lot. But China has got 1.4 billion people. So it will be interesting to find out the disease occurrence in terms of population, based just on population, like yo. You see, so you just press control and come and highlight all the three. Press control and come and highlight three, and then you just now come and say paste. Control V, or you can use the paste function in the on your Excel. You see that we copied different cells and then we paste. So now we have all those countries named under each table for all the diseases, for malaria, for diarrhea, for HIV/AIDS. There is now these developing countries. So now we start the same process, starting with tuberculosis. We go to Australia, we go to Canada. So tuberculosis, remember, is the first one. So we go all the way up and we look for tuberculosis, and then we bring our first country right next to it, which is Australia, and we click enter, press enter, and then the value comes for Australia. We do the same for Canada, equals, come there, we're on tuberculosis. We look for Canada, remember we're looking for orange, so there are the two orange that are coming. Canada, go to tuberculosis, enter, China equals, come to China, look for tuberculosis, equals. Right, then that is tuberculosis done. We go to HIV/AIDS. So I think from here we'll also just speed up the video, because I mean it's the same procedure. It's just now we're doing developing countries, but it's the same diseases. By now you will get bored just looking at the process, but anyway, that's basically how we do it. Let's speed up the video. Okay, so we start doing for all the developing countries fast. The video is moving fast. Equals, and then you go to the disease. Right now we're at the real disease for all the countries. We do the same, and then wait for the, there you go. Doesn't matter which country you, as long as you go and get the correct data from the, it can start from China going up, or you can start from Australia going down. It doesn't really matter, as long as you're getting from the correct data point. Are you taking the diarrheal disease, or you're getting malaria, or whatever it is? Now that was preterm birth complications. Now we're on preterm birth complications. Preterm births, we go Canada, preterm births, until we are done with everything. So that is it. Okay, now our assignment says draw a table for each. So we did that. That is the table for each, with the country column and with developing and developed countries column, headings, which is country and disease occurrence. Now plot bar graph for each disease to show the distribution across countries you chose earlier. So now we need to, for each, you see we have tables, 5 tables for the 5 diseases. Now for each disease we need to draw. We start with tuberculosis. Now we make it a bit smaller, and then we start drawing some graphs. Now there's so much you can do on the graphs. You can design, you can do what, so you can highlight the data, including the, not necessary, it says bar graph, so we need a bar graph. So we come to insert, As you can see, there is the graphs, there are the bar chart. Once you over there, bar chart. So you either just click on that icon, and then it will give you the different types of graphs that you can make, the 2D ones or the 3D. So, or the ones that are horizontal, you decide. You can go for whatever, man, whatever pleases you. Right, so like we said, you choose any of the graph, the type that you want, but I'll go for the 2D, just 2-dimension, nice flat. You can change the title there, and we know that these are death. These numbers are showing death caused by a certain disease. So in this case, we know that the first one is for tuberculosis. You can see the assignment saying death, major causes of death. So it's these numbers that we saw, they are showing the number of deaths caused by that disease. So in this case, estimated death, we see by cause, by sex, and by which WHO member state. So we can also do a comparison like females versus males, which ones are dying the most, and for which disease, is it more females or more males, things like that. There's so much you can do with this data. So we need to label our chart properly. We are gonna write estimated deaths. It has to be estimated deaths caused by, we start with tuberculosis. Okay, it has to be caused by, so we have to put a D there. So we type our chart, and then we click away when we're done, and then we can have axis titles. We want to know what is the bottom. We can see it's countries, but it's just nice to, so click on it. There's like a plus sign which pops up. You click on it, that plus sign, and then you click chart axis titles. So that's the bottom axis. We rename it, we say country, and then we go to that one, we click on it first, and then we click inside, then we control O to make highlight, and then it becomes, we can change, we write death in thousands, because remember, you can see on that WHO it says that the values are in thousands. All right, so far so good. That's how our chart is looking. Now we need to fix that so that it's not showing, because you can see on the chart it's funny when there is 0.000 when it's 3 decimal places, right? It really looks funny, so we need to fix that so that it's not in 3 decimal places. All right, so let's do that. Okay, so what we do is we highlight and then we decrease the number of decimal places. You can see our chart is also now looking neat. It's now also to 1 decimal place, and we chose 1 decimal place because our data is given in 1 decimal place as well, as you can see, right? So now our chart is done. You can make all other modifications you want, like colors, what we can do that on the next chart. But I think one more important thing is to add data labels so that we know what, because those bottom ones like Australia and Canada, you can't even tell what the number is. So if you put data labels on top like that, it will at least make it visible what's going on to somebody. Right, much better. So we are done with that one. We come to HIV and AIDS. We highlight. We highlight that one. Doesn't really matter if we highlight the country. We can just start with the whether you highlight the part written country and disease occurrence. Okay, so we insert our chart for HIV and AIDS. We come and on the axis title, I copied the chart title from the other one, highlight it until the cursor is on, you click inside. From there you control paste, because I copied. You can just retype if you want. Estimated death caused by, instead of tuberculosis you have HIV and AIDS. Okay, click outside. As you can see, our decimal places are still 3, so we come and highlight HIV and AIDS and decrease by clicking to the right until it's 1 decimal place. So our title. Next, we click on the chart, we put a plus, data labels, axis titles, we change our axis title, we make it country, and that one we make it death per 1,000. Okay, this one, let's play around a little bit with the design so that it doesn't just look blue. So we click on the bars themselves. Okay, click on the bars. Now the bars are highlighted. We go on fill, we can change the color, we put a solid color, and then we can decide no fill, but solid color. We change the color, we make it HIV and AIDS is represented by that red thing, that red ribbon, and then we can put the border of those bars. We can change its color. Yeah, we can make it black, the border, and then we can make it thick. So our width of that border, you can increase it there. You can see as it increases, it starts showing border. It's going bigger. Okay, I think it looks dope like that. Yeah, up to there. So it's really looking different. That looks okay. Everything is there. I think we are fine for there. We are happy with that. I think it's time to do the other ones. Okay, so we highlight for the next disease, which is diarrheal. That one I'm gonna be killing the name. We change there, we control all, control A, and then we change. Yeah, we already have the diarrheal diseases. We put our data labels, we change axis title, we change it to country there at the bottom. But you see, you keep on doing this, so I'll show you on the next one. I'll show you another way where you don't have to keep on insert a chart, start retyping all of these titles, because you can see our charts are just similar, right? So you can just copy the chart and then just change the data. You check, it will make it nice and simple for you. So you go through that, change the design, change the color there. Okay, that brown. Alright, that was okay. And then our border, I want it to be the same like the top one. Okay, that's interesting, making it transparent. Our border, okay, our border color, this time we go with what? Last time we went with black. I don't want black anymore. We are gonna go with just a lighter version of that orange, and then make it thick. There it is. Okay, that is fine. I don't think we need more stuff there. From there, we now want to use, instead of going to insert, we're gonna just copy this diagram and use it to do our to make the other graphs. So we're just gonna paste it there, first one, paste there the second one, because remember we want the last two. The last two are what? Preterm birth complications and malaria. So let's first change that one and make it malaria. Okay, and then we do the same for the second one. Okay, maybe we must fix malaria first and then we can go to the next. Or should we fix the names first? Yeah, let's fix the names first. Preterm birth complications. That is that one. From there, we can now go back to the malaria one. We click on it, we click on the graph. You see the entire graph is highlighted. So what happens is when it's highlighted, you go to, remember we took the data from diarrhea. So once you click, it will highlight the diarrheal. So now once it's highlighted, we come and grab those values and bring them to malaria, because we want malaria. It must only cover the malaria part, as you can see right there. Once it changes, it already changes on this side. Just check your values have already changed. To make sure it's correct, just check Angola. It's 14.375. You can see on our bar chart, Angola is now 14.375. So that's how you just copy the chart instead. So now you see we don't have to type country. All we have to do is to maybe change the color. We don't want the brown anymore. We're gonna change it. No, we don't want the chart, we want the bars. So we have to click the bars first, and then we change the color of the bars to what? Blue. Okay, if we put blue, then our border has to change to maybe that red. Whatever, man, it's not a competition of design. We do the same for birth complications. You click on the thing until it's highlighted the entire chart. It will take us to the data on diarrhea, but we need to bring it all the way down to death, to birth complications. You can see we bring it all the way, covers birth, and then bring down that one right up to the countries. So it's done. So as you can see, again, look for Angola 21.166. As you can see, it already changed on that chart, 21.166. Right, we are happy now with our data. We reduce our number of decimal places. Also on that one, we reduce to 1 decimal place. So you can see our charts, they respond nice. They're now to 1 decimal place. Angola, we click the bars, we change the color. Right, the color is brown. Let's go with green, I think. Green. All right, green. Border, let's go with yellow. It must be a nice contrast. Okay, like I said, it's not a design competition, but basically you can make, you don't even have to have a border for your charts like this. We're just trying to make it a bit stylish. All right, from there, what else? Now they said comment on what could be the underlying cause. All right, so we're done. Now we have to transfer all of this stuff to our Microsoft Word, because remember, we're doing all this in Excel and we're not gonna submit an Excel file. So we're going to have to now bring everything to this side so that it can be like a proper assignment. All right, so I'm gonna give it a name. We know that it's major causes of deaths in WHO member countries. Right, I think that's a fair title. We center it. We start with the first. Yeah, We start with the first country. First disease. Remember, first disease. Here we already have a table for HIV and AIDS. So we're gonna go to HIV and AIDS and copy, including the title, like that. Copy. When we come here, we have to use destination. It has to be destination, and then we can use our arrows. We can just format it basically. Different formatting, make the letter correct, align that one to the right, and then I think I want everything to be bold, of course, for that one, and then we shade. I think I like black and white. It's always nice. There's a nice contrast, especially in a table. But now we need to, as students who prefer Arial, we are always used to Arial. Arial is usually just 11. We don't really care. We put a 1.5 line spacing. It looks nice. 1.5. That's usually the general requirements. And then we try to align it to be at the center if it's possible. If it doesn't want, because you can see that our names are like gone at the top. So you go to layout, you go to those alignment. You can see alignment. Yeah, so I can see now all of them are moving except Namibia. Namibia is not moving. I don't know why. But I'm not going to be stuck up on that. Like we said, it's not a design competition. It's just a data capturing and making our assignment presentable kind of thing. Anyway, I don't know why Nam was taking S, but we try. It doesn't want. We make it longer so that we try again. It closed a little bit, but still it still doesn't want. Let's try alone. You see, it's not moving when we change the alignment. It's right on top, but everything else it's changing, but only the on the vertical side doesn't want to come in the middle like all the other countries. They're like nice in the middle. If you look at Botswana, there's like a nice gap from top, but Namibia anyway, we're gonna leave that. We are not going to worry about that anymore. We go to the next part. We want to bring the graph for Namibia, because remember it's both the table as well as the graph. Alright, we bold that, but then I don't think that is a nice title. We'll see if we can change the title later on. Let's put our graph. So we go for HIV and AIDS. Remember, we have to there, click on it, copy, and then you come and paste on it. Just press paste. There you go. There's our graph. Okay, it's starting to rain. I hope you can still hear me. I will try to be as loud as I can. Anyway, we give a name to our figure. Remember, the chart is always a figure. The other one is a table. If I say disease, okay, I'm not liking this title, man. This title somehow is not right, man. This title should be the same as the chart title. It must be estimated death. HIV occurrence by country still doesn't describe what is happening. It's death caused by HIV and AIDS. I still feel saying estimated death by HIV makes sense, man. Then all this, that title, HIV AIDS deaths occurrence by country, it just doesn't make sense, man. So let's just write estimated deaths caused by HIV and AIDS. Yeah, you see, if somebody looks at the data, they know what they are looking at. Oh, we forgot to do one thing. We forgot in that table where it's written disease occurrence, we need to put that the numbers are in thousands. We need to put that the numbers in thousands. I like centering my things. So once we are done like this, we can now copy the entire both of them, the table and the titles of the tables, and then we insert pages because we want for 5 diseases. So with HIV, so we go to insert blank page, first blank page, second blank page, third blank page. We do a lot of blank pages. I think it's not yet enough. We need to add another one. One HIV, that's one. So 1, 2, 3. So we need another one, a fourth one. And then we paste. Right, done. From there, now we start just replacing all of these numbers only, and okay, that one, let's make it bigger so that it looks more. So we start with the second one. It's gonna be tuberculosis, and it becomes table 2. You can see also in the figure we have to, okay, that one we have to make it table 2. And then we come to our figure, we make it figure 2. We change where it's written HIV, we say there is the tuberculosis. We don't need to highlight both actually, we just need to copy the figures for tuberculosis. So we just need to change the countries will remain the same. So just highlight the values, you copy the values, you come and highlight also all the cells that contain our values, like highlight all of them, and then you have to paste as text, keep text only. Okay, you can see that our text is not even the, if we try anything else, you can see merge table, nest table, it will be weird. So it only has to be text only. Anything you try that is not text only, it will just kill your things. Look at that, crazy. So undo. What we did was correct, just text only. Now we change, highlight that, make it Arial, and then align there, then we're done. We're not gonna care about that Namibia one that doesn't want to go in the center like others. In fact, all of them do want to go in the center, so we're not going to waste time on that. Let's move on. Just put that one back nicely, and let's move on. For the you remove that one, go look for the one for tuberculosis. The one for tuberculosis is the first one. Click on it, copy it, come back there and just Control V or paste, then the tuberculosis is there. Alright, very simple. I think now we can do the same procedure for everything else. Change the name, the table, now it's table number 3. Yes, don't forget to change the it's tuberculosis. So we're done with tuber. We go to diarrheal disease. we change, we copy, we come down to the next table, highlight everything, paste text only. Don't try all of these, don't try all of these. You see what they do, all of this, you just come to text only, keep text only. Once you click keep text, very nice, you highlight it, you change our font to Arial, and we're done. We're not going to do much in there. This, we change the name, it's now that name, you guys, I'm gonna copy it, I'm not even gonna try to spell it, it's a fucking tough one. Mind the language. There, when you paste text, it will come and give the same format. So we want to change there on the name. I didn't say text, I just pasted, but I need to keep text only. It becomes figure 3, so that one should become table 3. And the only thing left to do is to copy the diagram. Copy, click that one, delete, and then paste. That one is done. Alright, so I'm gonna speed up the video for the rest of the graphs. The process is the same. Okay, so we finish off by just copying, paste as text, change the format to Arial, take the appropriate graph, delete that one, paste the other one. We do the same thing for the last disease, which is we change, of course, the titles and the figure name, make sure they correspond, and even the number, so that you don't miss out. Like I said, the only thing that I forgot is to put on in the tables there, you need to put it's saying death occurrence, you need to put in front the 3 zeros to show that the numbers there are in thousands. The numbers are in thousands. From there, you just finish off your assignment. Remember, it wants you to make a commentary. Look at the results and comment. So you make your comments. Obviously, the results will show that it's more death in developing countries than developing countries. In developing countries than in developed countries. So